Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered about the planets? I know I have. There's one planet that always steals the show. The magnificent, the glorious, the one and only Saturn. It's famous for its beautiful, bright rings. They shimmer and shine, a cosmic crown for a giant world. But what if I told you that in 2025, those rings are going to vanish? Imagine it. One day you look through a telescope and they're there. The next, they're gone. Now, don't panic. Our beloved Saturn isn't actually losing its most famous feature. This isn't the end of the rings. Instead, we are about to witness something truly special. It's a cosmic magic trick, a grand illusion performed on a planetary scale. The rings won't really be gone. They will just be hidden from our view here on Earth. This spectacular event is all down to a simple matter of perspective. It's about how we see Saturn from our little blue dot millions and millions of miles away. It's a reminder that space is full of surprises, and sometimes things are not always as they appear. Just like Earth, Saturn is tilted on its axis. Imagine a spinning top that isn't perfectly upright but leans to one side. That's Saturn. As Saturn travels on its long 29-year journey around the Sun, our view of its tilt changes. Sometimes we see the rings from above, shining brightly. Sometimes we see them from below. And very rarely we see them from the side, perfectly edge-on. This is exactly what is happening in 2025. Our planet, Earth, will be moving into a position where we are looking straight at the edge of the rings. This special alignment will happen twice in 2025. The first time will be in March, and then again in November. You might be wondering how something so enormous can just disappear. Saturn's rings are vast. They stretch out for more than 175,000 miles from end to end. You could line up almost 22 Earths across their width. They are one of the largest structures in our solar system. So how can they just vanish? The answer is simple. They are incredibly, unbelievably thin. While they are wider than any planet, their thickness is, in most places, only about 30 feet to 300 feet. Some parts of the rings are as thin as a two-story house is tall. That's astonishingly slender for such a wide object. To put that into perspective, let's go back to our dinner plate analogy. Now imagine a plate that is a mile wide but is thinner than a single sheet of paper. If you looked at that plate from the side from a few miles away, you wouldn't see it at all. It would be too thin to register. They are made of countless billions of icy particles, ranging in size from tiny dust specks to big chunks as large as a bus. But all these particles orbit Saturn in a very flat, narrow plane. This incredible thinness is why the edge-on event is so dramatic. Events like this don't happen every day. In fact, they are quite rare. Because Saturn takes about 29.5 Earth years to complete one orbit around the Sun, we only get these edge-on views roughly every 13 to 15 years. The last time we had a really good view of this happening was back in 2009. Before that, it was in 1995. Many young stargazers today have never had the chance to see Saturn without its famous rings. This makes the 2025 event a truly special once-in-a-generation opportunity. Astronomers, both professional and amateur, get incredibly excited and prepare for these events years in advance. It's a bit like preparing for a cosmic Olympics. They book time on the world's most powerful telescopes, like the Hubble Space Telescope and the new James Webb Space Telescope. Their goal is to capture high-resolution images of Saturn and its moons without the blinding glare of the rings. This is a golden opportunity to hunt for new, tiny moons, or to study Saturn's atmosphere near its equator in unprecedented detail. What makes the 2025 event a little tricky is that Saturn will be quite close to the Sun in the sky during the crossings. This means it will be difficult to see from Earth, especially during the March event, as it will be lost in the Sun's glare. However, the period leading up to and following the crossings is fantastic. Throughout 2024, you can watch the rings get thinner and thinner, and in 2026, you can watch them slowly reappear. So, how can you be a part of this amazing celestial event? The great news is, you don't need to be a professional astronomer. Throughout late 2024 and into 2025, anyone with a small backyard telescope can watch the show unfold. Saturn is one of the brightest objects in the night sky, and even a modest telescope will show you its rings. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to observe Saturn as often as you can. Keep a sketchbook and draw what you see. You will be amazed as you watch the rings narrow from a wide oval into a barely there sliver of light. To get the best view, you'll want to find a spot away from bright city lights. Light pollution can make it hard to see faint objects in space. Check a star map app or website to find out exactly when and where Saturn will be visible in your night sky. As the ring crossing dates in 2025 approach, remember that Saturn will be close to the Sun, so be very careful. Never point a telescope or binoculars at the Sun. The best viewing times will be when Saturn is visible in the pre-dawn or post-sunset sky. Joining a local astronomy club is a brilliant idea, as they will have larger telescopes and experienced members to guide you. Even if you don't have a telescope, you can still follow along. NASA, ESA, and observatories all around the world will be pointing their best instruments at Saturn. They will release breathtaking images and updates online. You can have a front row seat to the action right from your computer or phone. Finally, the most important tip is to share the wonder. This isn't just about one planet and its rings. It's about curiosity and our connection to the universe. Tell your friends, your family, and your teachers about the disappearing rings. Get them excited too. Looking at the stars is always better when you do it with others. Remind everyone that Saturn is okay. It's not actually losing its rings. We are just lucky enough to witness a fantastic cosmic illusion. So get ready, look up, and enjoy the show. The universe is putting on a performance, and you have the best seat in the house.